Well, guys, what we got here, we got a willow tree. Back when we built our pond over here beside me in the front, we had a huge willow tree in that hollow. And I knew it was going to have to be dozered up to build the pond, so I went and cut a bunch of limbs off of it. And I brought them over here and I stuck them in a bunch of these pots here that we don't use. Well, of course, willow has rooting hormone in the bark of it anyway, so they immediately rooted. I've moved several of them down around my pond here behind the house, and this one I just never did anything with. And now that we have Pecan Grove and we have the new large pond over there, I thought I would come and try to dig this thing up. I don't know that it's going to be possible because I got a feeling it's done growed through the bottom of this pot into the ground, but I thought I would try to get in here and dig some of this dirt out of it and just see if it's possible to get this tree out of here. I don't know if it's going to be possible because it's I just feel like it's growed. I feel like it's grown into the ground below the pot. That's what I feel like. I'm trying to not damage it.
We've got it.
Because it's a really big tree.
Bigger than most people will want to move like this, right?
Yeah, I mean under normal conditions I wouldn't move it, but it can't stay here.
It should have been moved last year.
Well, we didn't have Pecan Grove last year.
No.
And that's what this tree is for.
Even though we didn't know it.
We didn't know it, yep. And the fact that I'm not finding any roots at all, you know what I probably think I'm going to do?
Let's try to move the pot. Or maybe not.
Nope, that pot's not moving. That pot's growed to the ground, okay? So we know that for a fact now. I know that that's not going to happen. I may have to salvage the pot. I mean,
cut it.
I may have to cut it. I don't want to ruin it. I don't want to get rid of any roots that's on it. There's a root right there.
Found one good root.
One good one.
All right, there should be some coming in that way. Well, maybe not.
Yeah, I feel one down there. I'm trying not to hurt it. There's some roots right there. Some little roots down in here. There's some. That could be some oak roots too. Now, growth from the oak tree growed up in this pot.
Could be a combination.
It could be a combination of a lot of things. Yeah, it's growed through a hole in the bottom of this pot. I know that now. So, you know what? Bad as I hate to, I don't want to ruin the tree. I'm going to cut the pot. If my knife will cut it. Let's figure out about where this root is going. It's going off over right in here. So we're going to... Well, that's a hard pot.
I don't know if you're going to cut it with that.
It's a big, thick pot. You hate to lose one of these pots like this, but this is a really big pot. But sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. Rode around in here.
It's a good root if it is, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a good root if it is. Okay, so I believe that's part of this one. I hadn't done any major damage to it.
All the roots were kind of in the bottom of the pot. Maybe you got the biggest. Well, that's your taproot.
That's the one I don't want. This grows over here just like I thought. To a corner. I cut almost to it.
Just don't cut your root. There you go. Where's it going here? Good Lord. You got a long trench to dig.
Well, it's probably right on top of the ground.
No, I mean when you put it back in the ground.
Oh, yeah.
Look at this. It's gone up in the other pots.
And grow it off over here. I mean, I got enough root. I'm not worried about that.
We may have willows coming up everywhere, huh?
It does better if you have a clean cut, so we're going to do a clean cut there. A clean cut right here.
And if more willows come up,
We'll have more willows.
look at that.
There we are. Oh, I didn't get it all the way, I don't guess. Oh, I only cut one of the roots. There's several of them right there.
Ah, there's several, yep. It's one good root system.
Yeah. There we go. That's a nice tall tree. Now what I'll probably do, I'm probably going to top it. Alright, I'm going to cut the main leader out of this because I want the tree to spread out. I don't want it to, I don't want it to continue to grow to a point. I want it to get to a certain point and spread out. So that's what we want done. Alright. Well guys, now that the pond has been completed, it's been about 3 days now. The ground's drying up enough I can get in here with the heat and wind we've got blowing. I came in and over at Deep South Homestead, we had a willow tree over there that I planted from branches years ago. And I figured this would be the prime location for it right here in the head of this pond. You know, several feet from the bank here, because there's actually lots of water running out of the ground right down there. This thing should keep plenty of moisture right here. It'll be a beautiful tree right here at the head of the pond, I believe, because it should, I topped it because I'm replanting it, but it should kick off this summer, we're hoping, because I just limed all this in here. Actually, around the whole pond I limed, and it's hopefully, we seeded it, limed it and everything. Hopefully it's going to all kick off here pretty soon. It's going to all look pretty and green when this fills up with water.